back, everyone, to another episode of Mumbles. Today, I'm reviewing this. I'm also unboxing it. We will be reviewing the SF30 Pro Bluetooth Gaming Pad. It comes with rumble features, motion controls, and a USB port. It also has a turbo button feature, however, that does not work for the Nintendo Switch. So let's get this thing unboxed. Now, first off, I do want to say I put it back in the box. I've used it, so you don't have to worry about that as Mumbles. No, I used it before. It comes packaged like this, a little plastic thing over it. And there you go. This is the controller itself right here. Ding! This is the SF40 gamepad. Now, if any of you know anything about Super Nintendo, some of you are going to recognize this controller right off the back. Yes, it is a throwback, a retro controller to the Super Nintendo. I had, when I was a kid, I got to tell you guys a brief story. I had a controller just like this. It was called a turbo controller. It had all kinds of switches and things on it that you could make it go turbo. So basically, when you clicked it, it would be like, you'd hit Y, right? Y. And instead of you just hitting it, you know, instead of it just acting like, oh, you just hit the button once. If you had one of those switches turned, it could go do-do-do-do-do-do. So it's like you hit it a million times. This controller does have that feature, however, it does not work for the Nintendo Switch. Now, first off, when you get this and unpack it, you may have to take the included USB wire, which I'll show you, this wire, and plug the controller right here, boom, and the other end, the USB end, into your computer, and update the controller itself. But once you update it, run the program, and follow the steps that it gives, this controller will work perfectly on your Nintendo Switch. All you have to do, and it gives you a little guide back here, all you have to do is press Start and Y. After you've turned on your Switch, you have to have your Switch on. And you can pair the controller to your Nintendo Switch and use it just like any Pro controller. Now, why is this nice? Why is this feature nice? I'll tell you, because the Pro controller for the Nintendo Switch costs around 70 bucks. The Joy-Cons for the Nintendo Switch cost around 70 bucks. This controller costs $49.99. You're saving yourself some money. Now, they do have two versions of this. They have the standard purple and dark purple version, or they have this version. I wanted this version because it was a callback to my childhood. I remember the different colored buttons. The only real difference is the sticks. Back in the day, it did not have the control sticks. It just had this, and it was just good to go. But this one has the sticks. Now, what you're really here to know is, does this actually work as well as intended? I could say yes. I'm doing gameplays. If you want to check out and see that, make sure that this control works. I'm using this now for all my Nintendo Switch gameplays. My Mario Karts, my Sonic gameplays, they're all using this controller, so you can see for yourself firsthand if the controller works, or if I'm, complaining about it or anything like that. But this controller works. It feels great. The buttons have great responses. It feels just like the old controllers. There's nothing wrong with it. And it works for Nintendo Switch, it works for Android, it works for all those controls. It's got motion controls, it's got vibrations, it's got everything you need for it to be an official Nintendo controller. It is not an official Nintendo controller, but it has all the tools it needs to be one. So now all that's really left to ask is, what does the SF40 get on our Mumbles review? I love this controller. I love the price. I love the callback to retro, Super Nintendo. I love it for a Nintendo console. 5 out of 5! Ah! It gets a 5 out of 5. I love it. 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 I cannot sing enough praises for this controller. It's wireless. You don't have to worry about it. I treat this thing with kid gloves because I love it so much. It is so amazing. I just love it. That's all there is to it. Product review, 5 out of 5. If you're looking for a Switch controller for a cheaper price, or you just want that nostalgia of Super Nintendo days, all those were glorious days, get this controller. Give it a chance. And yeah, guys, this has been another episode of Mumbles. I want to thank y'all so much for joining me. Please smack that subscribe button, smack the like button, smack all those buttons. And I'll see you guys all in the next video. Bye-bye, everyone. Take care.